Top Cop is a 1990 R-rated action film about the most dangerous policeman in Arkansas and the drug lord that's in his sights. Directed by Mark Manus, Top Cop stars Stephen P. Sides, Len Schleintz, and Tiffany Dossi. On the mean streets of Little Rock, Vic Malone is the meanest of them all, the kind of cop that lets his gun do a lot of the talking. He's sent to Washington, D.C. to testify against a drug lord, but when the trial gets derailed and his partner gets killed, Malone returns home and sets his sights on toppling the drug lord's empire. Can anything stop the Top Cop? Top Cop has all the earmarks of a regional film production. In fact, probably the biggest problem with this film is that it watches like a low-budget knockoff of 80s TV cop shows. There's nothing new written into the formula. Instead, it crams in enough cop cliches for 3 movies. A loose cannon plainclothes detective who upholds the law by breaking the rules.
Now, you didn't get out of the airport, and already 2 men are dead.
The wisecracking partner with a target on his back.
I am definitely drunk.
The new partner, fresh out of the academy, that does things by the book.
I'm not an accountant.
The angry black police chief that wants Malone to stand down. The femme fatale that falls under Malone's spell with a wave of his magic wand. The big boss that's as manic as the hero is sullen. The thing that makes Top Cop stand out from its contemporaries is how it regularly brushes up against its own limitations, artistic, budgetary, and otherwise. But that's also what works about this film. Instead of another LA or New York story, this is a movie set in Arkansas, made by action movie fans with available resources, including a dedicated stunt team. This movie has an honest love for all its tropes and delivers the essentials: gunfights, fistfights, explosions, tough guy one-liners delivered through clenched teeth.
I am too old for this.
Ex-Marine Stephen P. Sides may look like a fluffier Chuck Norris, but as Vic Malone, he also personifies the 80 Hollywood vigilante cop persona. He never jokes, never changes attitude, never smiles, ever. And when he's on the attack, he's like a shark with a badge, stone cold and relentless. There are at least 24 on-screen homicides, and Vic commits 18 of them. He's so much trouble, he has 2 different angry police chiefs in this movie to yell at him for crossing the line. Most of the kills in this movie are by guns, of course, with a couple of immolations for variety. Key scenes are the warehouse raid that begins after minute 45, the fight on the bridge after minute 61, and the climactic 15-minute showdown at the junkyard starting around minute 75. Top Cop was the first feature film that Mark L. Manus would direct. In 18 years on his way to his second feature, he would get a day job making commercials and producing outdoor shows like Pro Team Journal and Fish Hard for cable outlets like ESPN, the Outdoor Channel, the Sportsman Channel. In the 2000s, he returned to narrative filmmaking in earnest with projects like Birthright, It Knows, and a comedy project called Ketchum Lane. Bill Barton played one of the henchmen in Top Cop. He would later become a director in the Arkansas film scene, notably with 2009's Blood Forest, a Bigfootsploitation film that returned Stephen P. Sides in front of the camera. Sides went behind the scenes in the decade after Top Cop, becoming a stunt instructor, but returned to screens as an actor and stunt coordinator with Blood Forest in 2010's Step Away from the Stone. Sides passed away in March of 2020. Randall Files plays Frank Porter, Malone's comic relief. After a pause, he'd return to movie making as a screenwriter for 2008's Birthright and the upcoming production of When the Dead Laugh. Another future director in the cast, Christine Kiefer, who plays Debbie, her first film as a director would be 2014's Mr. Happy Pants. So, how to watch this movie? If you're in the mood to watch some 80s vigilante justice and you embrace the cliches that come with it, you may come to enjoy this naturally. For others, this movie is definitely ready to riff with its greatest hits of action movie dialogue.
You guys are dead. You just don't know it yet.
If this cop doesn't give you nightmares, Top Cop might be worth a shot.